Now, he wasn't a sick individual. He was healthy. He walked 3 miles every morning before I would even get out of bed. He wanted to stay active. He didn't have the appearance of a 78-year-old man until about the second injection. And then we began to see the difference. Where he had walked those streets every morning, he was stumbling, he was losing his balance, he fell often, he began to have headaches, which he never had before. And I was really concerned by his appearance. He had the look of someone who might have cancer. He had a physical examination just maybe 2 weeks before he fell sick, before he came sick, and they found nothing wrong. The only problems he had were kidney stones and allergies, neither of which I think would have taken his life. On the 11th of September, he began to have numbness in his hand, and we begged him to go to the emergency room, and he declined. That evening, he had a bad headache, and then he told me that 2 fingers on his hand were not right. He couldn't use those 2 fingers. Then it became his fist. He couldn't. But he still would not go to the emergency room. He just was an individual that was not sick that much, and he wasn't going to go to doctors. He just didn't go until he had to. The next morning, of course, he had been up, and when I got up, he was hollering for me in the kitchen. He had a horrible look on his face. I'll never forget that expression. And he said, "My legs don't work." He said, "I've been out twice to get my paper, and I've fallen twice." Our daughter is a nurse, and I called her, and she took him to the emergency room. It was a nightmare to see this man who was perfectly healthy one moment, and then just so quickly going downhill. And everything the doctors were doing for him was to no avail.